Okay, everybody, here's the deal. I spent a good amount of the afternoon using this adhesive remover. This is like a paint stripper. You can brush it on with a brush. You let it sit, kind of saturate, and work away the adhesive that was left over from when the carpet was pulled. I was using the plastic razor blades that I had for a while, and they just weren't aggressive enough, so I went to just a regular metal razor blade, and I got the whole boat stripped of the adhesive, so that's good. I can now move on to prepping the lids. The lids, I'm not going to use the adhesive remover because it is just bare fiberglass. I'm probably just going to hit it with like a light Scotch-Brite pad just to remove the excess loose stuff. The lids are so coarse and the carpet has a backing to it. The only thing I'm concerned about is just getting little lumps or bumps underneath the carpet when I'm preparing the lids. So that's the next thing I'm going to handle, is getting the lids prepared. I've got the carpet, we've got the seats, I've got the adhesive that came in, so now I can deal with all that after I get to the sanding. So the one half of the boat is sanded from 600 to 1200, so 600 grit all the way up to 1200, and I'm not happy with how the gel coat looks, so I am going to use a gel coat coverage product that will actually rub onto the boat itself, and I'm going to build layers on that. It's a wipe-on product, but because the gel coat on the non-sanded side is so coarse and so rough, I'm going to sand the whole boat and get it all the way up to that 12 or 1500 mark, and make sure it's glassy smooth. And then the product I'm going to use will actually build up and give that glossy appearance. And then you can do like a ceramic topper to it. If I feel like it, I guess I could. There's a way to maintain this product as well. So I'll do another video where I actually am doing that to the boat. But for now, just wanted to give you guys an update. This is what I used to strip the adhesive, and then we're gonna keep grinding. Trying to think if there's any other updates. I ripped off the front pad that was underneath the trolling motor. I'm gonna replace that. I'm gonna have to find something to use to replace the front step pad because Ranger Boats does not sell that anymore. They sell like a replacement option and like a huge sheet, but for the price of it, I'm just gonna find another option to glue down here and in the middle of the boat where we have a little footrest for the passenger. I tore that off because that was all weather checked and cracking and falling apart. So I removed all the decals as well. So there was a Comanche sticker on this side as well as that side of the boat. There was a Ranger sticker on the console for the driver. And that will just get everything as completely bare as possible so I can actually get into sanding and completely get the boat prepped and ready for this product. And we'll do a video on that so you can see what that looks like. Hopefully we get a result that actually looks decent and uniform. The biggest thing I think I'm worried about is I'm sanding the boat. I want to make sure it's as uniform as possible so that the color looks right. I don't think it's going to be that OEM manufactured Ranger red. It's going to have a little bit of a chalkiness to it just because of how much the sun beat on this boat. So I'll do a little walk around, show you guys a couple things, and then we can end the video off there. Okay, so this is actually, I went up to 1000 grit and then 1200 on this side, but these are the cracks and the spider web marks that you get in the gel coat. I hit this with compound very roughly. You get a reflection to it, but that color is not very uniform. So I went down and sanded the rest of the boat down the way here. I haven't removed the 185 VX, but this is what the boat looks like when it is sanded. So if I get the boat wet, it will look the best, and that's what's going to be comparable to the product I put on that will enhance the shine. I'm not going to actually polish this to a shine, but I may need to machine sand this again. I was hand blocking out this rub rail or this side of the boat, and I just don't know if I am happy with the results yet. Obviously the boat's got to get washed. I'll need to wash the whole boat before I put that product on. And then I haven't sanded here, obviously where the decal was, so that is how silver the boat should look, and it's not going to look like that. So I'm going to have to figure out how I can make a little bit of an improvement. The deck all turned out pretty good, getting the adhesive removed off. So obviously the boat needs a really good wash, but the carpet should adhere to this no problem. So I feel good about that. The foot plate here, this is what I was dealing with for the rubber piece that I removed. So I have to still sand that down, and then I'm gonna just replace it with another rubber pad item so that that will be taken care of, and I don't have to worry about making the gel coat look perfect here. I'll remove this rod holder, and I'll have to sand like crazy on this because obviously the sun was coming down and beating on that gel coat. Tried to figure out a couple wiring things. I got the lights to work inside the different compartments here in the boat. There are a few more little gremlins in the wiring that I'll have to take care of, and this is the side that hasn't been touched yet. So you can see that there is kind of some silver metal flake in this boat, and I'm concerned that it's going to look like the boat is old, like it's graying its hair, and it's not going to have that deep red look. And obviously you got the underneath of the boat here. I'll have to buff all this out too, and try to remove some of these scuffs and scratches. But that is the red that ultimately I want the boat to look like. So there is plenty left to do on the gel coat. So next for me is just sanding like crazy, and then we can get to the fun stuff where we're actually doing, you know, carpet, getting major improvements. I'm gonna change the prop on the lower unit. I don't think this prop is repairable. It is kind of folded out here. So I'm gonna replace the prop, change the lower unit oil. I will do new spark plugs. I'm gonna pull this oil injection and the oil and replace that. I'm gonna pump all the old fuel out. I've gotta fix a wire on one of the bilge pumps. I have yet to get the batteries. So there's a laundry list. This is crazy how much of a job this is. This boat was rough, but hopefully we get an improvement. And then this, I don't really know what I'm gonna do about this discoloration. That's just gonna be a blemish, I think, that the boat will have. It'll be shiny, but that's dark. I don't think there's any getting rid of that. Yeah, not super ideal what we're dealing with here, but it'll be improved. It's just not going to be minty fresh. Well, stay tuned for more.